been here in a minute, and we are back to say hello to you. The No Name Podcast Hub misses you. I hope you missed us. My name is Byron Smooth. We have
Chance Poop Daddy.
Chance Poop Daddy. Did you drop the MF?
Yeah,
You cleaning up?
we in public. We can't cuss.
Oh, okay. Hey, we're cleaning up our image, family.
Right.
And so we got Chance Poop here. My friend Poop Chance.
Poop Chance here.
He's here with us.
On the half.
And of course, with us, we have our favorite chef, our master chef, top 5 finalist of the 2017 show, correct?
Queen of the Wings.
Queen of the Wings.
Queen of the Wings.
Yachecia Holston. Welcome back to the show. Hey, yes. Hey, I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
You represented Detroit very well.
Thank you.
You had me fooled the whole time because I swore you won the show.
Yeah.
With your vibe and I went home our last interview and I was like, she won. I can't wait to see her again. She won and our show gonna be the stuff and we gonna have a winner. But you did win.
I did win.
In a lot of different ways.
I did win.
Honestly, I am not taking away anything that you did on MasterChef because I know. Well, just speaking from my inexperience, I'm sure it was a humbling experience.
It was.
So we want to hear about your experience. Just off the top, how was it for you? How could you sum it up? Maybe?
A culinary education that I could not have afforded.
Right.
You know?
That's that thing where they say, yeah, because, I watch TV and movies, and when people become chefs, but it's like you don't really learn Italian until you go to Italy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You don't really learn Mandarin until you go to China. Yeah,
correct.
stay with because I almost said Chinese. But yeah, it's like you have to go there and learn it. And so I'm sure going to MasterChef and learning that was like a class in itself.
It was the master class.
Right.
I mean, you have Gordon Ramsay, Aaron Sanchez, Christina Tosi. It's the best of the entire culinary, everything culinary combined. Because you have Gordon Ramsay with all of his knowledge and his cuisine, which a lot of it is classic. Then you have, Aaron Sanchez, which he's not super young, but kind of represents the new regime a little bit. So, he brings that Mexican fusion and all of that in.
Right.
And then you have Christina Tosi. So that adds a baking element to it. And most people either one or the other. Either you cook or you bake.
Right.
And so if you noticed, season 8 was very, very technical. I mean, we got put into classes that were like 30 seconds long. It's a 30-second master class, and then you got to make it happen. And so it was the most amazing experience. And yes, very humble. Very, very humble.
That's awesome. I have a quick question before I forget it. Now, was the only cooking done on the show? Were you able to practice?
So anything that didn't happen on camera, I can't talk about.
Okay.
But what I will say this. Everybody in the top 20. I mean, actually, we can go all the way back to the top 40, or everybody who was there studied. I mean, we studied all the
cooking
time.
Books and stuff
all the time.
Right.
We were constantly in our books. We were constantly bouncing things off of each other. We were constantly. I mean, when you're, like I said, it was like a master's program.
Right. How long did it last?
I was gone for 3 months.
3 months.
I was gone for 3 months.
That's a course.
Yeah, that's a whole course.
That's a course.
Right?
Because I was gonna ask you when I watched the finals and you went live with Jason.
Yes.
And he was talking about how after he got off and he knew he was a finalist and he just started practicing.
Yes.
And I was like, wow. So they actually have time in between to figure out what they're gonna do as a finalist.
Yes. So what happens is, if they didn't really show it on camera this year, but they did on season 7. So if you noticed on season 7, when they got the top 3. They gave them a week to go home, and they went home. I think it was 2 weeks. They went home to practice, and then you saw. The next thing you knew, Christina Tosi and Aaron Sanchez showed up at their house to kind of get some feedback. Really, just to get some feedback and kind of see where they were going,
Right.
where they were thinking about their finale dishes and things of that nature. And so, so the same thing happened with our season. They just didn't capture it on camera.
Okay.
Whereas the finalists were able to go home for a couple weeks,
Right.
you know, think about what they were doing, what they were going to do, put it together, and make it happen.
So the finalist dish isn't a surprise.
It's a surprise to all of us, absolutely.
Oh, but not to
it's
them.
a surprise, and it's a surprise to the judges.
Right.
But you know,
But they get to make whatever they want.
absolutely. But they
Wow.
have been working diligently
Right.
on getting a menu together, because you have to think about it. For the finale, you have to do an entire menu. So you have to do an appetizer,
Right.
an entree, and a dessert. And so to come from this Gordon Ramsay boot camp that we were just in, and then to the next day come up with a finale, that would be, you know, a bit much. And so I appreciate the way that they did it.
If you was a finalist, what would have been your 3-course meal?
People ask me that all the time. Okay, so if I were a finalist, I definitely would have done duck.
Okay.
So I applaud Ebony for doing duck, because that was something that I enjoyed. Yeah, and it did. I'll make you some. You gotta come one of my bits.
Yes.
So I would have done duck. However, I would have paired it with, you know, something really out there, like you know, like a black rice or forbidden rice cake of some sort. And then for dessert, I probably would have done my take on flan, but I would have done it kind of like okay, so flan is right here. it's an egg.
I was
It's
the
kinda
guy
like-
that could have seen
it's
his
kinda
face
like
and
a
asked that
custard.
question.
Right, it's kind of like a custard.
Oh, okay.
So, but you make it in the classic way to make a flan, and it's Hispanic in nature. I learned how to make flan from a lady from Peru, so my version was Peruvian. So, but you make it, and then you make this caramel sauce, and then you pour the caramel sauce in the pan, then you put the custard on top, then you bake it, and then you let it set and do what it's supposed to do. Then when you flip it out, the bottom becomes the top, because it's kind of like a pineapple upside down cake, but just a custard. So I would have done a play on pineapple upside down cake with a flan. So kind of made like a pineapple flan, and then, you know, done some little accoutrements to that. So that would have been the way that I would have gone had I been in the finale.
Yeah, because Jason, that I like to call it like a seaweed wrap or sushi. No,
Yes.
like an egg roll based bass fish, whatever.
Right.
And he did like an egg roll or something.
It was. He took it and he wrapped it.
And that was his dessert?
That was
No, that
his
was
entree.
Oh, it's entree. Okay.
And he took and he wrapped it and then he seared it, so it was like really nice and crispy and crunchy on all sides. And then he made this beautiful pea tendril puree broth to go underneath it. I mean, Jason's finale. That as you see, that's my dude. I was pulling for Jason. Very, very happy for Dino, but I was really pulling for Jason. Jason's menu was out of this world.
Yeah, it was out of.
It was out of
I was like, wow.
That's cool.
Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
This is crazy. Okay, so I watched the show, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm at the final episode, and I'm DVR, so I'm skipping through the commercial. Then you go live, right? Right before, you know, they gave all the critiques on the meals. You go live. I stop, right? And I see you and Jason celebrating whatever, and just about the whole cast was there with him. And I never went back. Do you know, I thought Jason won for like 3 days.
Wow.
3 days. I'm sitting at dinner. I was like, yeah, Jason won. And the lady was like, no, Dino won. I was like, no. I watched him live. I'm like, I was with you. She could watch him live. She's like, no, Dino won. I went home and watched. I was like, wow, Dino really won.
Wow.
So I was, you know, I thought it was gonna be you, Dino, and Jason.
Okay.
Then when y'all had that challenge at the wine venue, I was like, that's the finalists right there.
Yeah.
Then I was like, wow.
That was an amazing
Oh my God.
pop-up, oh my gosh, a pop-up restaurant in a California vineyard.
That was so sweet.
Do you see how beautiful that was?
It was so fly.
Oh my gosh. That, listen. Right. When we walked up, I was like, what the world? We don't have that.
Like, this is Detroit.
Right.
And then, you know, so for all of my Michigan folks, y'all already told me we gotta go west. So it's fall. I'm ready to go west and check out the vineyards and the wineries in Michigan. But to be in a California
It
winery,
was out in college.
oh my gosh, it was absolutely phenomenal.
That was nice.
And that menu was awesome too that day.
I'm a fan. I want to eat everything y'all cook.
My next question would be, it's kind of a two-part question. One begins at like the beginning of the show, and the other's more toward the end. So I guess I'll start with the beginning. How many people was it that like were actually on MasterChef?
Okay, so 40 people.
40.
Correct. And then
And it
after
dwindled down.
the apron battles, it immediately went down to 20. And so then,
You were top 5 out of 40.
well, not really. I was top 5 out of over 35,000 people applied.
That applied.
To the MasterChef.
I like that number, man. I do. And then the second part about my question would be, now, because I know you're going into business for yourself.
Yes.
What are you taking from the show? Because I'm sure you were thinking about going into business before the show.
Correct.
What did you learn from the show that you're going to be using in your business?
Well, the main thing I learned from the show, if I didn't already have it, being a tough Detroit girl, tenacity. Don't quit, and this is the one thing that sticks with me 100% of the time when I'm doing something. Don't continue with a mistake. Because everything is a life lesson for me. My kids say that. And so don't continue with a mistake. And so Chef Ramsay, if you notice throughout, when things would happen, things would go on, he would come, he would correct us or try to correct us or try to re-steer us and redirect us. But he wasn't going to tell us what to do. It's like, well, I don't think that's good. You're doing this with this. Where'd you get that from? Why would you do that? And so a lot of times you guys saw us, shift really quickly. It's like, oh, okay, that's not going to work. We throw that out, throw that out, throw that out. Let's do this, and this. And he would get so frustrated and so disappointed if we would continue with the mistake. Because he said, you saw that it was a mistake. You saw that it wasn't working. Why continue with it? And so I'm taking that as a life lesson, not just in cooking, right? Not just in cooking, but sometimes we buy into stuff. We're sold on it. This is our thing, and this is what we're gonna do, and so we have to do that. And we realize partway through, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this isn't quite right. But to save face or our pride or whatever gets in our way, most of the time it's us, and it gets in our way, we'll continue with a mistake. Just because, this was what I wanted to do. And then, and you saw how that went for me, right? So that's me going forward in life, going forward in business. I'm not going to allow, people or situations to deter me from where I want to go business-wise and the things that God has put in my spirit to do. I'm just going to allow that to happen. And if along the way, because I've had to back up a couple times even in this process, if along the way I realize that it's not really working, then it's okay to scrap it and start over.
Amen. Y'all get that? Where's the dang on bills today? Man, Jesus, I got one job.
Hold on, let me ask you. Since we going into you, because I love the way that you took your 15 minutes and you got your foot on the gas.
Right, she's using.
And it's like, okay, I'm not gonna say that. But
Some people don't.
There's a lot of people that don't. I watched a couple. You're not the first person that can be a contestant on none of these shows in Detroit.
Correct.
And the most popular one because you're working it. You're working it. So this is my question. What's next? I see you got a private dinner coming up in the Boston Edison area. Is that the thing?
So that's part of where I'm going.
Okay.
I really am not in the place that I think a restaurant would work for me right now.
Smart.
Only because the restaurant business is very, very tough.
It is.
And it's a lot of work. Not that I'm afraid of hard work, because I'm not.
Right.
However, here in Detroit, it's like 900 new restaurants.
Right.
And
they're busy.
And they're very busy. Name or not. There's a ton of new restaurants.
Right.
And so I am at the place where I want to do what I feel is best for me because I don't want a job.
Right.
And so to make a to go after a restaurant and do not that I'm afraid of work. Hear me when I say I don't want a job.
Right.
I don't want to be in a place where I'm dreading what I'm doing.
Right.
I love what I do.
Right.
And so private events, I'm a private chef. I have an MBA client currently, and so that's where I'm going with that.
Right.
I like private. I like underground. I like, there may be an underground supper club coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. So things of that nature. So my private events, personal chef, private events, and the occasional pop-up here and there. And then I have some other things in the works with some restaurants where I kind of do some restaurant takeovers.
That's October 21st. Right?
October 21st. So you can go to my page. You can go to my Chic Cooks page. October 21st. You can go to eatwith.com also. But if you go to my page, you'll see it. It's my partnership. Master Chef has a partnership with Eat With. And Eat With is a great communal dining culture. It's its own culture. It's brand new to the Detroit area.
Okay.
But if you go check it out, people from all over the world do Eat With, where people come into your home or intimate space to eat with you. They want to dine on your cuisine and eat with you.
That sounds
That's
like a plan to me.
Eatwith.com.
Wow. Right.
So-
Way to break that down for me.
So October 21st, I know everybody's not in Detroit or Michigan, so they don't understand Sweetest Day. But in Detroit, October 21st is
It's
Sweetest
for the
Day.
man.
It's, well, whatever,
It's for the man.
I got reminded that my birthday is on Sweetest Day this year.
Oh, well then you.
So you already got something
not
to do.
mine, not mine. That's
I'm
what the lady
saying,
told
you
me.
already got something to do. You
No.
can bring her on.
Right. That's like a
4-course
good date
meal.
spot.
No.
Right.
We're having a 4-course
I think that's where I
meal.
want to go for sweeties.
You should. So we're gonna start the menu off. I can't tell you all. I guess it's a little secrets in there, but what's out there for the public is it's a 4-course meal, and it's upscale soul food. So I'm starting it out with fried green tomatoes, with a microgreen salad, and a spicy aioli. That's course 1.
All right.
Course 2 is going to be my beans and greens. So I'm doing a black-eyed pea cake with braised collards and kale. And yes, a nice little tomato relish on top of that.
Sound like Ratatouille.
And then,
I've never seen that movie.
and
You
then
need to see that movie.
for the main course, the main event is Yacheca's famous buttermilk fried chicken. But I'm doing a little bit different. So you've had my chicken.
Yeah,
You already know.
I
You
have
already know. See, you missed all the chicken
No.
bits. You
I
gotta
have
come on.
missed them, but
We
I'm
gotta-
hoping there'll be more.
There will be more.
Okay.
So we're gonna take it up a notch,
Yeah.
and we're gonna do a boneless chicken thigh. It's gonna be deep fried, and it's gonna be served with a creamy Gouda macaroni and cheese with my famous that sweet hotness sauce
Right.
just all over
I
the
got
plate.
a jug of that too.
All over the plate, and then we're gonna finish that off with a happy ending, but not like you think.
I think my eyes closed as soon as you said
See, they already went there. Did y'all see that? So my happy ending is a grilled pound cake with with peach ice cream, and it has a caramel sauce underneath, and that's going to be drizzled with a blackberry basil coulis.
That is
So,
awesome.
Anything with caramel is awesome.
Anything with caramel just makes everything better, right?
And chocolate.
So caramel and chocolate. So we're gonna that's topped with an almond brittle. So
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna get it in on the 21st.
So let me ask you
Sweetest
this.
Day.
Sweetest
You
day.
just said a mouthful, and the one thing that sticks out to me is, well, two things. I don't know why I keep coming up with two things. One, I want to encourage you to don't necessarily do it by the book. That's a special thing because it's something you're growing. And the people also need to know when doing something like that, that it's way more work than the 40-hour job.
Correct.
Is people, they want to start their own business, but do they really understand what that means? It's a lot of work.
The grind.
It's
real.
like your waking moments, you're at work
Right.
because you're thinking about how you can make it better all the time. So
Even your sleeping moment.
even in your sleeping moments, I agree with you.
I dream about food.
Yes.
I dream about the next
Yes.
thing in my sleep.
So yeah, I want to encourage you to definitely do it out of the box how you're doing it. I love it. You're to me, you're already at your job.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're already that private chef. You just need more clients.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know if you do or not, but do that.
It's really, when I say job, I don't want to ever dread what I do.
Right.
My passion comes out of my food. You can taste it. You can taste the love. You can taste the passion. And I don't ever want it to be, here we go again. I don't want that because I like being around people. I like feeding people while feeding people. I'm a preacher. That's what we do. We love to see the light bulb come on. Like when just describing my menu, to see the reaction on your face. We like to, because that makes you think. It makes you think about things a little bit differently. And so I don't just want to do it with my preaching. I do it with my food. Oh, that's the other thing. Y'all checked out what's getting ready to go on for real though.
What's that?
October 29th. Well, that whole week I'm going to be in Tacoma, Washington. Well, not Tacoma, Yakima, Washington, with Pastor Sean.
Oh, what season was he?
He's season 8, but he and I battled early. Yes, we battled for the aprons, and I beat him out for the apron. So we're gonna come together again. He's a pastor in Yakima, Washington. So I'm going to go out there. He has what he calls Bike Club. So I'm going to go out there and cook for Bike Club, and then I'm going to preach at his church.
Motorcycles or bicycles?
No, Bite. B-I-T.
Oh, Bite Club.
Oh,
okay. I like it.
The Reverend, I'm noticing when y'all went live with Jason at his party, the love that he got from everybody.
Yes.
So he's a real cool, respectable person that everybody loves.
Jason's my dude. Jason's my dude. So it was me, Kate, Danny, Nico, Sam. You know, we were all there.
I say that off the camera. That'd be sweet. I love that.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, we got a whole lot of fun.
All right, do
we
that.
got a lot. Listen,
I can't wait.
You have not seen the last of MasterChef Season 8 contestants. We've been pegged as you know, the friendliest cast ever. And we genuinely do, as you can see, that night, we genuinely do love each other. I was with Kate about a month ago, and then at her watch party. We genuinely do like each other. And so we've got some ventures that we're doing together, so y'all just watch out for us. Look out for us.
That's like going to be a part of these ventures?
It depends if Ebony and Jeff would like to be a part of these ventures. I actually talk to Jeff all the time, honestly. I do.
I was worried about Jeff and Vineyard again. I was worried about that. I thought Ebony was going to actually put hands on him.
I thought she was going to put hands on him.
I thought she was going to put hands on him.
But see, here's the thing. You know, in those field challenges, we have no idea what's going on the other side. So, you know, it wasn't until...
Y'all completely separated.
Yeah, we're completely separated. There's a wall between us. So we have no idea what's going on the other side. We are really focused on what's going on our side.
So, second part of my question was going to be, because you are a minister and you give, there are people that, and like you were mentioning all the different restaurants and things that are popping up. I have a particular friend who's going to go into catering. What type of advice would you have for her?
Love it.
That she does already.
Love it, love it, love it, and love. There's so many different avenues in food. And so, you know, when people find out that you cook, the first thing they think is restaurants and catering.
Right.
I don't like to cater events that are too large. Because it's just not what I do. It's a lot of food, a lot of work, staffing, all of those things. It's a lot. So I would say make certain that she has a plan and really, really know your plan and know what it's going to take. Do your due diligence. Do your research. And you got to love, not just food, you got to love the genre of food you're going into. If you're going into catering, you got to love catering. I like catering. I don't love catering. So, you know, people are like, oh, I want you to do my wedding. I probably don't want to do that. So, you know, because, you know, it maybe not, depending upon where you are, what you want done. So it really just depends. You have to love the genre of food that you're going into. And do your due diligence, build you an amazing team, and get you a great admin.
What's an admin?
An admin, the person that handles your business for you. An administrator.
All
you
right.
have to have a great... I was an administrator by trade, on C-level, out in the corporate world. I was always an executive team administrator. However, on this side of it, I have to have people who help me with that, because that's not my focus anymore. My focus is the product, is the food. So, you know, whereas it looks like a lot of times things are just going so great, you know, I know how to make that look like it's going so great, but to me, I see all of the spaces of
so
what could have been.
You got a team around you. This ain't all you got.
Not always, no. So when you see my pop-ups,
she like doing events back to back.
You've been to my events.
Trained herself out.
I was wondering, was you doing all this by yourself?
It's impossible.
Right.
You can't do anything by yourself.
Right.
You can't. And for all you Lone Rangers out there,
right. I'm a Lone Ranger. You talking to me?
You can't do anything. You can't do anything by yourself. Life was meant to be worked in teams, in groups. Right. You know, let me go biblical for a second. Everything God created in Genesis, He said was good.
Right.
You only heard God say something was not good one time, and He said it was not good for man to be alone. So we were never meant to do this thing by ourselves.
Right.
So in order for you to be great, in order for me to be great, in order for you to be great, it takes somebody else there, and maybe some other bodies else's, if that makes sense.
A manager or something.
A manager, a team.
Right.
When my events, the last restaurant takeover I did, shout out to La Petite Déjeuner. The last restaurant takeover I did a pop-up there, and I was able to be out pretty much the entire time with people enjoying the event because I got a team in there that knows my food, knows my recipes. I lay everything out piece by piece. Exactly. Here's the plate. Every plate that comes out of this kitchen needs to look like this. If it doesn't look like this, don't send it out. And I'm going to check. And so if I have to keep coming back in the kitchen, then something's not going right. Either I didn't train properly or I got the wrong people on my team. And so you have to know, you just gotta know that you can't do this by yourself.
Amen.
It's important to have
you answered that really well.
It is. It's pretty much impossible to do.
Go ahead.
Oh, I get a question.
Yes, I've been doing them in twos. I've been doing them. That was the end of it. She killed it.
Okay, so how many pressure tests did you take part in?
So a pressure test, I know it looked a whole lot worse than what it did.
It looked like you took a whole.
It looked like it was a whole lot worse than what it did. I was actually only in 3 pressure tests.
I don't know why I felt like it was so
seemed like
many.
It was so many. See, there's a difference between pressure tests and elimination challenges.
Right.
And so elimination challenges is normally everybody that didn't win.
Right.
So whoever won the mystery box or wherever, everybody was in the elimination challenge.
Right.
So, but then when it came time for team challenges, then the team came in for the pressure test. Right. And I was only technically in the pressure test 3 times. So the first one I put myself in.
I remember that.
Came out victorious.
Yeah, I remember that.
The second one I was put in by my team captain.
Okay.
That was Las Vegas. That was myself and
My boy
Newton, right? Put me in the pressure test. And then the third pressure test was after we left the mountains and our team lost. And so the entire team was in the pressure test. So technically, I was only in 3 pressure tests.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can't ask you the question about Evan because you said you can't discuss what's going on camera.
He didn't have no camera. Didn't have.
Scratch that one off. I really want to ask the question. But okay, so we got the events and everything coming up. What are you going to start adding stuff that you learned from the show, like as far as food, menus and stuff like that? Is it possible that we can eventually come to one of your pop-up and we just have a MasterChef dinner?
Okay, so here's the thing. I have done a few, and the response has been mixed.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I have to do it a little bit slower.
Right.
So yes, but if you notice the menu for the pop-up, for the Eat With event, even though it is Southern style, it's not classic at all. Yes, so you'll always see elements of what I've learned.
Right.
And so because of the nature of my audience at the moment, I take a little bit slowly. So, I can't just come out there with that beautiful gazpacho that I made.
I reached out to you to do something for us.
Right.
And the biggest argument was everybody wanted to try what they know. All I wanted was everything on the show. Just put it on the plate and let's try it. You know what I'm saying? And let's go from there. And
nah, they want chicken.
No, they wanted the chicken. I remember you saying that everybody keep talking about the chicken, but then you said that ain't even your specialty.
It is, is
now,
but
right?
it's just, I mean, it's second nature to me.
Right.
I mean, I've been frying chicken since I was 10.
I gotta taste it because I've been like on this chicken tasting
Oh, you
expedition.
gotta taste my
Yeah.
I
chicken.
have to.
I ate a whole pan low key.
Are we shouting out names?
Like what?
Like, cause I've been on this chicken tasting thing, right? And I had
You talking
discovered.
about the place around the corner?
I had discovered Gus's. first.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say the name, but
I
you know.
discovered Gus's, and
which is
Gus
good.
makes a good chicken.
Gus makes a good chicken.
I was gone off of Gus's, right?
Yeah.
Why I go, my buddy, I got a buddy, Reggie, he been hounding me. He was like, man, we gotta go to Atomic Chicken, So one day, I had missed a couple of lunch dates with him.
Okay.
And this one lunchtime, I happened to be free. I said, you know what, I'm gonna stop in at Atomic Chicken. I hope I don't run into Reggie at Atomic Chicken. I go to Atomic Chicken, got it, she was like, oh, we gotta drop the chicken now. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'll wait.
I love that.
Got my chicken, took it home, still hot. I was
Yeah.
like,
I love
I'm
it.
pulling it apart like, damn. Chicken was good.
Yeah. I haven't tried a Atomic.
Chicken was really good,
Okay.
and I was impressed. I was like, now I haven't debated, I haven't decided, is it better than Gus's? Is it? Both of them are good. So now what I'm gonna do is come taste Sheik's chicken,
Gotta taste my
and
chicken.
then I'm gonna figure it all
Then
out.
tell 'em,
I'm gonna
tell
do it
'em.
1, 2, 3.
Sleeping.
I think I'm gonna come try it
I
out.
didn't even share it. I mean, I literally, me went home and me and her just gorged on it. She went to
I
sleep.
ate the whole
I ate the whole thing
pan
of chicken.
So they got like the biggest pan that I make. Like, no, they didn't get like the 5-piece. You know,
Right.
that's when you just trying.
They got the family
They
size.
got the family meal too. And 2 people ate the family meal. That's
Wow.
20 wings. So they went in on that.
Now when is the next time I can come get chicken then?
Okay, so the
I'm
next time you
excited
come
now.
get chicken, you come get chicken on the 21st.
And that's the eating.
That's eat with.
In
That's
your
the eat with.
neighborhood.
In your neighborhood.
In my neighborhood. I'll be there.
So he's supposed to be
You need
around the
to-
corner.
but you
I'm
have
coming
to
for
see-
research.
So here's the thing.
Please understand, I'm coming for research.
So here's the thing. My Eat With events, they're exclusive events. So they're very limited. Right now,
Well, I gotta get a ticket now.
You gotta get a ticket now. I just put it out there, and I only got 12 seats left.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna get
yeah,
2 seats.
you gotta get because
might get
if
me
you
2
don't, if you don't get a seat soon,
And that's Sweetie's Day.
that's Sweetest Day.
Let's tell them
October
how to,
21st.
where to get tickets from.
You can go to Chic Cooks, and it's pinned at the top of my page. It's my Eat With event, or you can go to eatwith.com and look up Detroit, and you'll see me right up there because Eat With MasterChef has a partnership, and I'm the only one in Detroit that's partnered with Eat With.
Right now.
And so right now, you want to eat with me, and I'm going to eat with you. I'm not just
Right.
going to cook it.
Oh, that's
I'm going
what's
to eat
up.
with you.
Oh, we get to
You
converse.
get to enjoy and
Right.
converse and chill.
Break bread.
It's a 2.5-hour event, so
That's what's up.
we're gonna have a great time.
And we're eating the whole time.
We're eating the
That's my
entire
favorite.
time.
I love to eat.
We are
I'm
eating.
there. I'm glad I waited. Because now, I get to support. And it's like a treat for me.
Yes,
Yes.
it's gonna be an awesome event. I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm just happy that you actually reached back out to us. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? And
Yes, we
It
appreciate
didn't
you.
go to your head, man.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yes.
It won't ever go to my head because, and the funny part is, I see people all the time, and my friends when they're out with me, they're like, "Okay, we gotta be bodyguards," but they have fun with it,
Right.
Because I can go anywhere, like
Right.
anywhere.
Not be recognized.
Anywhere. I can't go anywhere.
That's
So
awesome.
I gotta be camera ready all the time. I mean,
So you're
even when I get
famous.
I'm not famous.
Actually,
but
that's
I
what
am.
famous means.
It's
Yeah.
You cannot be caught with no lotion on.
No, right?
Right.
The heels gotta be
Gotta be
good.
right.
No crust.
Because somebody there be behind you in the camera like,
Look at she. She done fell off.
That's exactly what I say.
She done
They're
fell
gonna
off.
laugh behind you.
She done-
I got shakes, look at that crust.
Your elbows. Ashy.
And I ain't talking about these comments.
No, girl, she had a haircut in months.
Right.
So, you gotta be like, I have to make sure
Right.
it was hilarious. I never leave the house without earrings. However, this morning I was running a little late, so I moved kind of fast. And I get ready to go in Whole Foods to get some stuff to make some, I'm in the lab always working on recipes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking through the car trying to find, some earrings. And I found these big, gigantic hoops that look like they came from 82, right?
Right.
And so I was like, literally had to just throw something on, throw on some lipstick, throw on a little eyeliner, because It never fails. Every time I walk in anywhere, especially the grocery store, I get recognized.
Right.
Always.
Wow.
So I gotta stay camera ready.
Right. I guess that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
I guess.
Can I ask a personal question? What you cooking today?
Well, okay, so today I have a wild rice soup. I'm getting into the fall stuff.
Yeah,
Getting into the fall stuff. Even though it's still nice, I'm getting into
It's hot.
I'm playing with my fall flavor stuff. So today I did. It's actually still on the stove right now.
Oh, Lord.
It's a wild rice soup with carrots and y'all ready for this? Honey crisp apples
Apples in the soup.
in the soup.
In the soup.
In the soup.
I need to try that.
And I'm gonna take the carrot. I got some organic carrots, and so I'm gonna make a vinaigrette with the carrot tops, and that's gonna be the.
I forgot to ask.
You gonna make a carrot vinaigrette?
I'm gonna make a vinaigrette, and I'm gonna use the carrot tops, the greens from the carrots in the vinaigrette to top off, and then finish it off with a little lemon zest, and got a little lemongrass in the soup, and I got a little. Not a champagne. We talked about this earlier. Y'all missed that.
Right.
So it's like a sparkling wine, if you will, that I use to deglaze. No, it's not a rosé. Oh, I forgot exactly what it was called, but it's a blushy type. So
You going to get you some?
She gave me the address already.
Oh, Lord.
But I lost the address.
Oh.
Right now.
See, there we go. He's trying to get in on the sneak
That's why I get everything in Texas.
I want to taste the soup with apples in it. So I just want to try it. You know what I mean?
Honey crisp apples are like.
Apples is my favorite.
Fruit and vegetable guy. And we're at Costco, and he's like, we're gonna get some Honeycrisp apples. I was like, okay. And I don't eat a lot of fruit. My kids eat a tremendous amount of fruit. But I barely mess with it. And so we got in the car, and I was like, I'm hungry. And he was like, here, eat one of these. I was like, I don't want no apple, I want some food. He was like, nah, eat one of these. And I ate this apple. And when I tell you it was like eating candy,
Yes.
I was like, wow. It's the best apple I've ever had, right?
Oh, wait.
It's
So y'all ain't
sweet.
talking about the regular green apple.
No, it's called Honey Crisp apple. So I'm eating this apple, right? I will. I'm eating this apple. So I come home, right?
Right.
Back at Costco, I'm like, I'm gonna get me some Honey Crisp apples, and this is when I learned California vegetables are a lot cheaper than Detroit vegetables. I went in there, the apples was like $4.50 and $6. I was like, for an apple?
For one apple?
No, it was a tray.
Oh, okay.
So
It's a
here's
trade,
the
but I
thing,
like
though. You got
But they're good.
but you can get them at the apple orchards here. You don't-
Really?
Yes. Come on. It's
We
apple
grow
orchards
Honeycrisp in
here.
Michigan?
But this is where they come from. You got it in California.
Wow.
Dude, you gotta wait. Give it about 2 weeks when the Honeycrisp apples are like this big.
Right, and that's how
It's
big
a
mine
meal.
was.
Yes, it's a meal.
It's this
red
big.
apple?
It's a gigantic
It's like a reddish, pinkish.
British pink apple.
Yeah.
And it is the most delicious thing you've
It's
ever
like
tasted
candy.
in life.
And it was cold.
Yeah.
You got something left over from the soup?
I do. So you gotta have, I mean, it's like a meal.
Right,
you can eat
right.
a Honeycrisp apple for breakfast
It was good.
and be good until like
Be good.
10:30.
It's
For
good.
real.
But I'm really
I
on this
can
kick
speak
now
on
that I'm trying, because I don't want to eat no more fast food.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat no more of this garbage, because
Yeah.
I actually been trying to, get a little healthy. So I've been eating salads. Then one night when I was like, it's sad that there's nowhere
To buy a salad.
to buy a salad.
Well, there's a
Panera
couple of new
bread.
restaurants. There's, I think it's called Seven Greens downtown.
That is-
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one. However, you are correct. There's just not a lot of places.
Like I be like, I want a good salad, and anytime I say it, I have to make it.
Yeah,
I had to go to the
I
grocery
gotta make
store.
it, right?
And that's kind of hard for me. It's kind of 6 in one hand, half dozen the other.
Right.
Even trying to be healthy, anything I want, I cook it. So it's kind of, I have to, divert myself to cooking more healthy. But when I'm in the lab, when I'm just, that's why I got my brother, because y'all know my brother.
Oh,
And y'all know our brother.
She's talking about Neil. Neil can eat. I don't know where he put it, but he can eat. He's been on my house and ate several big plates. Be like, damn.
So
go ahead,
so
though.
he likes
Make me
it
feel
when I'm in the
good.
lab.
I was like, yeah, he
He
Yeah, he can eat.
but the good thing about it is he knows when he comes home, he smells something, sees something. If I'm not there, he'll be like, can I eat this?
Right.
No, wait till I get home.
Oh man, I never wanted to be Neo until now.
Wow.
Wow. So we Neo, Neo.
He probably at your house eating the soup. Nah.
No, he hasn't texted me yet, so he hasn't touched it. He knows he can't eat it unless I say okay.
That's cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, I know we can't hold you all day,
Even though we want to.
as much as we could. You give us such great content.
Thank you.
So we're gonna reserve the right to talk to you again.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can holler at you while you're cooking for your NBA friend or something. I
That's
don't know.
possible. We'll see.
Is he a Piston?
Possibly.
If he a Piston,
Is he
okay.
retired or playing now?
Currently.
All right, I don't care who he is. So,
Yeah, we gotta leave that alone.
right. But
I'll leave that alone.
yeah. Before
However,
we leave though, I want to say thank you again to Tanisha Prater.
thank you, Tanisha.
This is like our home almost. She welcomes us. She's so flexible.
And we spend money in here. We come here to do one thing, and then you can't help it because really, Tanisha's a pilot.
Right.
You know.
I need you guys to come
No, that's right. You went to CAD. You
Don't
went to
say
that
that,
other school.
please.
She went to that other school.
Yeah, she went to
We
that-
forgive her though.
Right.
That's okay. I forgot. She went to that
I didn't say nothing.
other school.
I know better.
She
I
went to
would
the other school down the street.
Ain't nobody said
These
nothing about
schools.
Cass Tech.
She went to see what I'm saying?
Ouch!
See what I'm saying?
Jeez, both
See
people.
what I'm saying? We heard nothing from her until now.
Cass,
So,
come on down here to Thrift on the app and say
it's
hi
right
to
around the corner from
your
y'all's
family.
school.
On Cass.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Right around the corner.
Down the street from Cass.
Wait, I just put that together. Okay, she on Cass for a reason.
She can't let it go. She can't let it go.
I know.
Because she
I
has
ain't
amazing
mad at
things
you.
here, so we like coming down here. I'm trying to get her to part with this purse. That
Man,
she's
she
hoarding.
way to bring the purse back
the Gucci
around.
purse.
Hoarding that
Yeah,
Gucci
She
purse.
had
My
a tote
birthday
bag.
is in a week, and she just won't let me be great.
Man,
Gotta pray.
she trying to.
She's a retailer.
Wait, we didn't
she gotta
pray.
pray about letting
wait,
go.
we didn't even get our prayer.
Let's close it out with a prayer.
Close it out with a prayer.
All right.
Wait, you gotta give your info first.
Chic Cooks, SHEIKCOOKS. That's on Twitter, also on Facebook, and Yachecia, YACHECIA, on Instagram. So follow me. You can, if you go to my Chic Cooks page, it'll always let you know what I'm doing, where I'm gonna be, when my next event is. So you gotta follow me to keep up with what's going on, because you never know
Right.
where Chic Cooks is gonna pop up.
And we're going to post it anyway, so we're going to help you.
All
I
right.
appreciate it. You guys really do support me, and I really appreciate it.
Yes.
And I love the fact that you actually talk to our people.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that. So, can you take us out with a
Yes,
prayer?
take us out with a
Let's
prayer.
close
We
it
need a
out.
good one, too.
Alright. Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you so much, God, for this beautiful day. Thank you for this time of sharing with the No Name Podcast. Thank you so much for my brothers, for Be Smooth, Chance, and I just appreciate what you have built in us and through us, and what you're doing in this community through what we're doing here. And so, Father, I thank you for Tanisha and Thrift on the Ave, and I thank you for everything that you're doing in our lives, Father. I pray right now, Father, for every person that's watching this podcast, God, that whatever their dreams are, whatever their visions are, God, that you would give them the gumption to go out there and make it happen. Whatever it is, it's never too late to go make it happen. So, Father, I pray that you would just guide us, watch over us, connect us, keep us one, Father, and help us to go higher and to support each other in this community. We give your name all praise, God. We give you glory and honor for everything that you're doing, everything that you're done, and all the stuff that we don't even know about yet, God, that you're getting ready to do. And we give you praise, glory, and honor for it all. In Jesus' name,
Jesus.
amen. And thank
Man, I knew you was gonna kill that. I knew you was gonna kill that. I needed that.
Man,
I appreciate that. Hey, family, we holla at y'all next time. See how we do. Come back and see some more.
peace.